Hi, my name is Santiago Marin Galindo and I'm going to explain about vectors. Initially, we have to identify what is a vector. Like, it's a mathematical entity that represents both things like magnitude and direction. They are used in mathematics and physics. There is the materials that is most necessary to use it. Also can be represented and manipulate using various approaches like geometrically, algebraically, and in component to form graphics. In mathematics, it can be used in linear algebra, in calculus, differential equations, and geometry. Also, in a vector in a math graph is used to represent a quantity that has both a magnitude and a direction. So now I am going to present a problem that can be put in the igcse exam. That is this. Initially, they give to you the coordinates of 3 lines. Yes, so now, how can you see this is the problem? Yes, so the A is 3, 5, the B is -4, 2, -2, and the C is -2 and 6. That is type of problems that Cambridge gives to the people in the igcse because you have to graphic this. So how you can see, this is B, and you can understand that -4 is the x-axis. So you move 4 space 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you go down -2 because that is the y-axis, and that gives us the coordinate of B. Also, in this part we have the coordinate of A. That how can you see? 3 is moving from 1, 2, and 3. That is the x-axis, and the y-axis goes 6 points upwards. And also, we can find the A, that is 3 to the right and 5 upwards. So now we have to make something that is an operation, that is this. The A plus B. The only thing that you have to say is adding or subtracting. So in this case, this is saying that we have to add. So you have to take the fraction of 3, 5 and the fraction of -4 and -2. Taking this into account, the only thing that you have to do is add 3 minus 4, but how is negative with positive, you subtract, and that gives -1. And now this is the other, that is 5 minus 2, and that gives 3 because the 5 have more value, so the number is positive. And the only thing that you have to do next is to graphic. So how you can see, -1 is the first part, so you move 1, and the 3 is going upward, so 1, 2, 3, and that is the answer. And also there is a problem that is not needed to have a graphic representation and only make the most easy thing, that is adding the fraction B plus the fraction C. So the only thing that you have to take is obtain the fraction of B, that is -4 -2, and then add by -2 and 6. So if you take into account the symbols, -4 plus -2, that will give us -6, and -2 plus 6 have different symbols. It's 4 because 6 is biggest than the value. So that is one example of how can appear in the igcse